thinking of relocating to Ogden, Utah from another state, and you're wondering what it's like to move to Utah? Well, today, that's what we're talking about. Hi, welcome back to the Home in Ogden YouTube channel, where we talk about all things relocating to Ogden, Utah. My name is Petersen. I'm with Exit Realty Affinity right here in Ogden, and I recently relocated to Ogden. Today, we are going to talk about 12 things that you should know before you relocate to Ogden. Number 1, Utah is known for being one of the youngest states in the country, with a median age of 30.7 years old. Every city is unique in its culture, and Ogden is no different. There's a variety of people living in Ogden today, being one of the most diverse cities in Utah, followed by West Valley City and then Salt Lake City. Number 2, Ogden doesn't have large amounts of really big apartment complexes. It's really common to see duplexes, triplexes, and even basement apartment units. Those are really common with college students here at Weber State. Speaking of basements, most homes have basements. Some even have finished basements, and some homeowners choose to finish them with drywall, light fixtures, flooring, and some homeowners will add bedrooms, bathrooms, or extra living spaces as well. Number 3, let's talk about winter. Some people moving from out of state wonder about winter logistics. So if you're coming from a state and you need some winter clothes, especially for kids, resale shops such as Kid to Kid and Savers are great places to start shopping. Some people wonder about all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive isn't required for winter driving in town, especially if you can wait until after they've plowed the roads in the morning time, or if you can just work from home that day. If you happen to live on a steep hill or need to drive the canyon roads up to the mountains, then it is a good idea to have all-wheel drive, but it's not necessarily required. We have snow tires for my husband's car since he works at Snow Basin. He drives up to the mountains every day. And that was good this last year. He didn't need all-wheel drive. So snow tires run a similar price to new tires, around $500 for the set. But they do last a long time since you'll only be using them for the winter season. We keep our spare tires just in the basement, wrapped up in plastic trash bags so they don't dry out during the off-season. I have a minivan and I just used regular tires and did in-town driving, and it was fine. I didn't need snow tires for the minivan or all-wheel drive. Another thing is that outdoor water fixtures such as sprinklers are typically, they get winterized. And when it snows or freezes, it isn't actually necessary to drip your faucets like you would in the South because the plumbing is made for that. So I know some people had questions about that. If you shovel your driveway, it's helpful to use salt afterwards, and you can get that at the grocery store. A bag of salt is like $4 at Smith's right over here. If you need to get a snow shovel, they're like $30, and shoveling a driveway takes like 30 minutes if you do the whole thing. I know some people just do right where the tires would go and then leave the rest of the snow, so that's personal preference. Number 4, most homes are set up with secondary water for summer irrigation. So this is not the same water source as your culinary water. So that culinary water is filtered and it's ready to drink from the tap in your house. Secondary water comes typically from Pineview Reservoir and it's untreated. So this is mainly used for irrigating your lawn, washing cars, and things like that. You shouldn't use the secondary water for drinking, and some people don't even use it for like kiddie pools outside in case their kids would swallow the water. They could maybe get sick if there's bacteria and things like that in there. If they're like my kids, then they just get a cup and they drink the water out of the pool, so it's actually more healthy for them to just try and fill it up from the kitchen water or the bathtub water. I just use a bucket and I bring it right outside. Secondary water is typically turned on around Mother's Day, and then it's turned off sometime in September. All right, number 5, Pioneer Day. Let's talk about Pioneer Day. Pioneer Day is a unique official Utah holiday celebrated on July 24th. This commemorates the entry of Brigham Young and the first groups of Mormon pioneers into the Salt Lake Valley on July 24th, 1847. Many local and state-run government offices and many businesses are actually closed on Pioneer Day. Even though the celebration is strong in the LDS Church, it's officially celebrated by everyone, regardless of faith and nationality. There is typically events ranging from concerts, fireworks shows, parades, art strolls, and even a rodeo. And the rodeo is held right here in Ogden, and it's actually ranked as one of the top 5 large outdoor rodeos in the Professional Cowboys Association. Even tickets will sell out on high demand nights. Okay, number 6. Let's talk about registering your car. Utah's kind of unique because when you get here in Weber County, if your car is less than 6 years old, you only have to run an emissions test every other year. Vehicles in this category that have an even number model year, so if your car is made in 2016, then they only have to have an emissions test on even number years, so every other year, and then vice versa for odd years. New residents are allowed 60 days to transfer titles and registrations, and you can find more info about that at the DMV website. And it's typically really, really fast. It took us like 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe to do both cars. And they actually issue your license plate that day. So you walk out with the license plate and you get to put it on your car. There's no temporary tags. They're not going to mail you your license plate. You also get to choose which license plates designs that you like. And here's a couple of the designs that you can choose from. Getting a Utah driver's license can be kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. First, you have to make an appointment, then you have to bring a completed application. You have to submit proof that you've taken driver's education before, which would just be your old license. You have to provide proof of identity, something with your name and birthday on there. Present your social security card, provide 2 documents of Utah addresses, so like a piece of mail or whatever, your water bill. You will get your photo taken, and you will have to do a vision test. And then when all that's done, you have to take a written test, and some people even have to take a driver's test. Okay, number 7, Utah has a state income tax. The tax is a flat rate of 4.95% regardless of your total income. Did you know that it's in the Utah State Constitution that all money from state income taxes goes straight to the public and higher education? So all taxes from income go to education. Number 8, Utah has an awesome vote by mail system. So all you have to do is register to vote, and you can do that when you do your driver's license if you want, or during voting season. There's recruiters everywhere for voting. So once you register, you receive your ballot in the mail, and then you fill it out, and the instructions are super clear. They even send you a sticker to put on your shirt. And then you drop it off at a voting box, and they have them at all the libraries, and they have them around town. You actually get to track your ballot, make sure that it arrived, and the instructions are super easy, and it's really convenient to do right there at your house. Number 9. All right, obviously liquor laws in Utah are behind the rest of the country. Everybody knows that. So the first thing is that the only beer that is sold at the grocery store has to be less than 5% alcohol. Anything higher in alcohol content, wine or liquor, is sold at the state liquor stores, which are easy and convenient to find. It's not like they're hidden, you can find them. It would be more convenient if they sold wine at the grocery store, but they don't. What is cool is that you can go online to the DABC website and search a specific product that you're looking for. A certain wine type, a certain liquor type, a certain beer type, and it will show you the price, the location, and how many bottles they have in stock of that. So there's no reason to actually shop around for better prices because the prices are fixed by the DABC. And we find that liquors such as vodka and tequila are priced higher here in Utah, especially popular name brands. And also along the same lines, here in Utah, if a restaurant is considered a bar, like a brewery or something, then kids are not allowed in. It will say 21 plus no matter what time you go. Number 10, the cost of living is something you would want to research and educate yourself about when you're moving to a new area. Ogden is generally cheaper than the surrounding big cities, but if you'd like to learn more about the cost of living, I made an entire video about the cost of living in Ogden, and you can go check that out to learn more specifics. And number 11, obviously when you move to a new area, you also want to know about the current housing market. And I'm not really going to talk about specific numbers right now since this video could be a year old, you don't know. But each city in Utah has a unique housing market, and you need to get a professional to understand what's going on in that area that you're interested in. But in Ogden, generally, housing is cheaper than other large cities such as Salt Lake City. It's way cheaper to live here. Homes can sometimes be older in the area, but some are newer homes as well. If you want to know more about a specific area, I have a few neighborhood tours that give you tons of information about each specific area. You can go check them out right here. And number 12, Utahns love their fry sauce. We've learned that since living here. Every single restaurant has their own secret fry sauce recipe. I relate it to kind of like Raising Cane sauce, if you've had Raising Cane. It's like a ketchup mayonnaise mixture. So that would be the 12th thing, is go try all the fry sauce and see which one you like the best. If you're thinking of moving to Utah, let's get connected. We can talk about your family's specific housing needs, and I can assist you with your relocation. Okay, see you guys next week. Bye.